Welcome back to Gasp Golf. What I want to talk to you guys about this week is something that's more part of the modern golf swing, and it's not part of the classic older golf swing. And we see it in a lot of the top players today. If you look at the golf rankings at the moment as they stand, if I'm not mistaken, all big hitters: Jason Day, Rory McIlroy, Dustin Johnson, Hendrik Stenson, Hideki Matsuyama, Jordan Spieth. You know, the top 6 players in the world right now, they're all really big hitters. And to achieve that big hitting, you don't have to have big muscles. It takes a lot of other factors in the golf swing. You need stability, you need flexibility, you need mobility, and of course power as well. And what I want to talk to you about is how they get these flexibility going, which of course is a big factor in hitting far. Your muscles need to be supple and able to stretch. And it's a stretch factor, also called the X factor. Whoops, X factor. I've got an alignment rod I chopped in half here to explain this with. What I'm going to go ahead and do, I'll put this through my belt buckle here, so you can see it represents my hips. So you know where my hips are pointing. And this is one of the big things that the big hitters do. They're able to separate the upper and lower body from each other. When I'm standing in my setup, I've got a square setup, my shoulders and my hips, and I'm making a swing. You see that my shoulders are more open than my hips. If I'm turned from the front here, this position, and I'm making a backswing, they're able to turn their shoulders more than what they do their hips. But it's not on the backswing that the big thing comes, where the big stretch happens. It's on the way down to impact. When I'm making my big swing, you can watch all the great players, and I'll show some pictures in the clip. As they come down, it's this motion. The shoulders are still square, and the hips start opening up. And when they come down to impact, the shoulders are square, and the hips are way open. From down the line, when they come to impact, boom, shoulders square, hips pointing left. They're getting the hips out of the way. And it's this separation which a lot of amateurs are struggling with. A lot of amateurs feel that from the top of the swing, they really have to chop that with the arms really fast. And if they get the speed like that, they will get power and distance. And that is the big mistake. It works from the ground up. So we need to learn to separate the hips from the shoulders, from the upper body. We need to be able to turn the hips without turning the shoulders with. And that's where we lose our power. So speak to your pro or to a physiotherapist how you can work on flexing these muscles that join the hips and the upper body. How can you stretch them, make them more mobile? And I'm sure in time, with a lot of practice, of course, you'll be able to separate the hips from the upper body and your downswing, creating much better power transition from lower to upper body, into the arms, into the club, and of course into the ball. Stay tuned this week to the Genesis Open, and let's see how the big hitters do.